Good morning, Trimester 2 students of Mrs. Kremsreiter's. This is a recording to help you with Google Classroom. First off, you need to check your school email because in your school email there should be an invitation from me to join the Google Classroom. And when you open up that email, there should be a join choice. Then you're going to use these little waffle over here, okay, to go to Classroom. And what you should see is your classes. So I am using Student Council's account because it happens to be a person I can put in as a student in my class. So this is what you should see. This is my Trimester 1 5th period chemistry class, but all of my Trimester 2 classes are going to look pretty similar to this. So some things to notice before we really even get into the class specifically. So one of the things that you may want to do, especially if you don't like all the emails you get from your classes, is under settings, you can turn off getting emails. That means that you wouldn't get any of these things that are mentioned here. If you want to just do some of them, then you can just turn off some of these, okay? But if you click this one, you will not get any emails from Google Classroom in your school email account. So if you are getting other kinds of important information in your school email account, you're applying for colleges and universities, you're doing other things with your school email, and you don't like getting all of those Google Classroom notifications, this is the way to turn them on and off, okay? So again, that was underneath your settings. So the other thing is your calendar is important. Your calendar shows all of the classes that you have, right? Here there's only one class, but when you have 5 different classes, the calendar is going to show all your assignments on a calendar. So if you haven't tried that before, you might want to check that out. You also have your to-do list, okay? So this shows you the things that are coming up, okay? And so this tells you like when things are due, and notice it has both the date and the time. So you'll see 3:15 in this video, but next trimester, all assignments will be due by 2:30 p.m. So if we go to the class itself, this is sort of the first place you land. Okay, notice there's 3 different tabs here. We're right now in the stream. There's a classwork and there's people. In the stream, right, you see the name of the class. There's a Meet link. You may not see this. If I choose to have some Google Meets during trimester 2, I will turn this on, and this is where the Meet link will be for you to join a Google Meet. Notice here we have, right, upcoming work right here for you. This will be just for this class. This doesn't show all of your classes, right? Like the other spot that we just looked at with the calendar and the to-do list. This is just for this class and this class only. Now, I use the stream to tell you daily what you need to do. And you'll notice that my stream posts are dated, okay? And so they tell you each day what you should do. Your stream automatically is going to put the most current whatever information at the top. So you'll see this was posted at 6:52, which is typically about the time that I make my post and send that stuff out. I have the date here, okay? And it tells you, it's a reminder, right? It's kind of everything you need to remember to do for the class. So turn in homework 21. There's a handout that you should look for in classroom. Homework 22, polyatomic ion quiz this week. You have a test Thursday, and then some other information about exams and such that were pertinent right now. Okay, so this is your landing spot, and this is a good spot to start because this is going to tell you right in this area at the top what you need to do for the day. How do you find what you need to do? That's where you're going to use your classwork tab. So there are some kind of quick navigation ways here, okay? And we'll look at those in a couple minutes. But what you're going to see is you're going to get to disregard the hall pass until we're back face to face, but that's just there in case you need to use the restroom when we are in class. But you'll see general class resources, okay? And There's a couple different symbols. This symbol here, this is material. Now you have to click on these to see what's there, okay? And you see that there's an introduction video, which you're gonna find in your Google Classroom, okay? And then again, you can click on these and you can play them, okay? Assignments look like this, and they should be kind of colorful in some way, shape, or form, indicating that you haven't done them, okay? And again, you can always click view assignment is another way, all right? And this is where you sort of do things, okay? So we will kind of go back. So you'll see these things I have in all of my Google Classes, Google Classrooms, no matter what class you're in. There'll be an introduction video. Everybody does an information survey. There are bell schedules. There's the syllabus. So this is where you'll find the syllabus for your class. And I have a video going over the syllabus this trimester. So this video will also be underneath the syllabus. Again, this is in every class, the Google Classroom navigation help if you're still struggling with Google Classroom. If you click here, there is this nice cheat sheet which kind of tells you how to do things and such. So if you haven't looked at that, and then I also made videos, which this video will end up there. Okay. This is a great app in the trimester 2. It's just called an Adobe Scan app. This is a great way if you have multiple page homework assignments that you need to take a picture of. This is an easier way. Most of my students have found this is a better way than uploading a bunch of individual pictures. Okay, remember if there's view more, it means there's more stuff there, and so you might want to look at it. Okay. Now, the next thing you're always going to find is my weekly plan. And I do this every week for you. And this is just telling you what's happening for the week. So this allows you to kind of plan your week if you know that you have something extraordinary going on and you have a couple days where it's going to be difficult for you to find time to do your work. Okay. You can click on it and it's going to show you, this is exactly where I copy and paste what I put in your stream. Okay. So right here, right, is the kind of stream stuff that I'm going to put in the stream. So if ever you can't find it in the stream and you're looking, okay, this is definitely a spot for you to go and look. And like I said, if you know you're going to be out of town on, Thursday, you have something going on and you want to know what am I going to have to do Thursday, so maybe I could think ahead a little bit, you can do that here. Okay. So that's the weekly plan. And notice I have it by week, but I also have the dates that is, okay, for you. Then you're going to see things organized by units or by lessons. And so again, this is unit 1 in chemistry, and then I have it by chapters, right? These are materials. So these are where I provide you with information and things you might need, like an outline, okay? Teaching videos, I'll call them teaching videos typically, right? And again, here are the videos that you have to watch. Now, I try to always give you the videos in 2 different formats. You'll see one here is a YouTube video. The other one is just a video. The YouTube video, if you're having trouble streaming or something, you can always watch this video. They're exactly the same video. I have to make it in this format, and when I upload it to YouTube, it makes it this format, okay? So they're the same video. Again, you'll notice here, right, homework assignments are going to be noted as such. To find what you need, right, here is some directions, and then here's the PDF of the worksheet that you need. Notice, right, missing. So, how do you attach an assignment? So if we do this and we should have an option to, well, one of the things we can do is we can print it. Hopefully it'll work. And see here now I have a download option. That means I can download it onto my device somewhere. Okay. So we'll just call it ChemQuest. This was 13. So just so it's easy for me to find it. Okay. So Then you can print it or you can do it on a piece of paper. If you have a printer at home, it's great. Go ahead and print it. If you don't have a printer at home, there are some apps that might allow you to write on a PDF, or you can just handwrite it on a piece of paper. So let's say you've done this, right? This is an assignment, which means it has to be turned in. So I'm going to go click on the view assignment. And here is how I turn things in, right up in here. Okay, your work. So I'm going to add or create. And remember, I just downloaded that. So I'm going to go for a file because it's going to be on my computer somewhere. And I'm going to choose upload. Now, if it's something I've saved to my drive, I just click my drive here, but mine's on, I saved it to the hard drive of my laptop. So now it's gonna be in my downloads, and we called it ChemQuest CQ13. Oh, it should be in my downloads. Mm, Not finding where it went. So it doesn't matter. The idea here is what I want to show you was how to submit things. So if I have something in my documents, okay, so for example, this syllabus, let's say that's what I needed to turn in. I select it and say open. Oh, it's a little bit slow, but it's uploading it right now, so I need to sit here and kind of wait for it to do this. Sorry, it's rather time consuming. Let's see if we can find something a little bit smaller. All right, let's try it again. Let's add or create. Let's choose a file, browse. Let's find something small. Do this. There we go. Okay. So now I see that it's attached here. Now when I say turn in, it's going to ask me if I want to turn it in. And now, right, it tells me I turned it in late because this was due on September 17th. Okay. But it is turned in now. So now when I go back to my classwork, right, it says turned in late. And notice it changed it from being green to being gray. So the things that I need to be kind of concerned about are going to be kind of more colorful than the others. Okay, so these are called topics. These topics will vary a little bit, okay, from class to class, but there will be topics with things underneath them organized wise. Now, we can scroll down here. One of the things that I do after all my topics is towards the bottom will be homework answer keys. And these are where you will check your homework. So I don't have the time to check all your homework for you. So at 7 p.m. on the day homework is assigned, your homework answer key will pop up here. Okay. Many times it's a picture. In this one, I happen to have made a YouTube video going over the homework, but there's also a picture from the textbook of the answer key. Okay, so you can use this to correct your homework yourself. So those homework answer keys are there. At the very bottom, when you have a test or a quiz or a final exam to take, they're going to be underneath assessments. Okay, and so again, you click it. You can say view the assignment if you want, right? And then you're going to click that Google form and it's going to take you to the test or the quiz. Okay, and then you kind of go to the end of it, and I won't be able to do that because they're all required, but then you say submit and you're all done. Okay, so that's what you do with those. So that's how that works. In classwork, remember we also have up here these kind of links. So if I want to go to my assessments quickly, I click it and it's going to take me right down to the bottom and to my assessments right away. So this is kind of a faster way. Mine is kind of long, right? And so sometimes this might be a little bit quicker way to get places in Google Classroom. So Stream has what you're supposed to do for the day in it. Classwork is where you're going to find those items. People, This can be helpful if you have some questions or you want to ask a classmate a question, right? You have an option here. This is a way to email people, including me, right? So if you have a question for me, this is an easy way to email me, is within this people part, but this shows you the other people who are in your class. So that, in a nutshell, is Google Classroom. Okay, so hopefully that helps if you were uncomfortable with some things. And remember, information is up here as well of how you change from thing to thing. So if you have questions about navigating Google Classroom, please feel free to contact me. But again, this is an example. Yours will be specific to your class, but it will be set up in a very similar fashion. Have a great day.